Picture this shocking reality for a moment. Right now, millions of Americans are spending thousands of dollars on gym memberships they barely use, straining under heavy weights, and yet, by age 65, many struggle to simply touch their toes. Now, look across the ocean. There's a 92-year-old woman in Okinawa, Japan. She tends her garden every single morning. She climbs stairs without even glancing at the handrail. And her medical file? It hasn't seen a complaint about joint pain in decades. Here is the statistic that should blow your mind. Japanese seniors have the lowest rates of hip fractures in the developed world. In fact, studies show they are 67% less likely to suffer a fall compared to their Western counterparts. Why? Is it just genetics? Scientists from Harvard Medical School spent 3 years studying the morning routines in Japan's blue zones, places where people regularly live past 100 with full mobility. What they discovered challenges everything we have been told about working out. These elders aren't doing CrossFit, they aren't running marathons. Instead, they perform a specific sequence of 5 simple, almost meditative movements every single morning. It takes less than 20 minutes, it requires 0 equipment, and modern science is finally catching up to explain why this lazy routine is actually a biological masterclass. Get ready, because the #1 movement on this list, which we will get to at the end, is so powerful that researchers found it can reduce your risk of falling by 43% in just 8 weeks. It literally rewires your nervous system. But first, we have to start where you are right now, maybe even in bed. Let's begin with movement number 5. It sounds almost too simple to matter, but trust me, this changes the foundation of your entire day. Japanese elders call this ashikubi undo, and they don't even wait to stand up to do it. They start while still lying under the covers. Think of your body like a house. Your ankles are the concrete foundation. If the foundation cracks or shifts, the walls, your knees, and the roof, your hips and spine, start to crumble. Research from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology tracked 1,400 seniors for 5 years. They found that those with stiff ankles were 2.3 times more likely to fall. Why? Because your ankles contain mechanoreceptors, tiny sensors that tell your brain exactly where the ground is. When your ankles are stiff, those sensors go offline. You literally lose touch with the earth. Let's try the technique. Imagine you are waking up. You're lying on your back. You lift one leg just 6 inches off the mattress. Now, very slowly, rotate your foot. Don't just spin it. I want you to feel the stretch at the very top, the very side, and the very bottom. Do 10 slow circles clockwise, then 10 counterclockwise. Pause for 5 seconds. Now, the secret sauce, the pump. Point your toes away from you as hard as you can for 3 seconds. Then pull them back towards your shin, hard, for 3 seconds. Repeat this 15 times. The science. Why do this before your feet hit the floor? Overnight, your joints are still. The oil inside them, called synovial fluid, becomes thick and gel-like. If you jump out of bed on cold oil, you grind the gears. These circles warm that fluid up, turning the gel into liquid lubricant. Japanese thermal imaging studies show this increases blood flow to the feet by up to 40%. That means no more numb, tingly feet when you take that first step of the day. Now that your feet are awake, let's move up. We need to address the modern plague, the slouch. Years of driving, sitting, and looking at screens creates a rounded back. Movement number 4 is Kenkotsu Hogushi, shoulder blade squeezes. This isn't just about looking confident, it's about oxygen. When you slouch, your rib cage collapses and your lungs can't fully expand. Japanese researchers found that seniors who fixed this posture scored 18% higher on cognitive tests. Why? Because they were finally getting enough oxygen to their brains. Here is how you do it. Sit on the edge of your bed, feet flat. Place your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Inhale. As you inhale, imagine you are trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. Squeeze them back. Don't hunch your shoulders up to your ears. Keep them down. Just squeeze back. Hold that tension for 5 seconds. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release as you exhale. The advanced snow angel variation. Once you master the squeeze, add the arms. Start with arms at your side. As you squeeze back, float your arms up like you're making a snow angel. Hold at shoulder height. This engages the rotator cuff and the rhomboids, muscles that act like your body's natural back brace. Doing just 20 repetitions of this daily was shown in a study of 800 participants to reduce neck pain medication usage by 40%. It creates space between your vertebrae before gravity starts compressing them for the rest of the day. We've done the ankles. We've opened the chest. Now we connect them with the spine. This is movement number 3, Sekitsui no Nulli, or spinal waves. Most of us treat our spine like a rigid stick. We bend at the waist, and that's it. But the Japanese philosophy is that the spine must move like water. Why is this vital? Your spinal discs have no blood supply. They are like sponges. The only way they get nutrients is through movement, specifically compression and decompression. If you don't move the spine in segments, the sponges dry out. This is why we get shorter as we age. Let's visualize the movement. Sit forward in your chair, not leaning against the backrest. Imagine your spine is a string of pearls. Start the movement at your tailbone. Tilt your pelvis back, rounding the lower back. Then let that wave travel up to the middle back. Finally, let your chin drop. Now reverse it. Tilt the pelvis forward to arch the back. Push the chest out. Look up slightly. It should take about 4 seconds to ripple up and 4 seconds to ripple down. Breathing cue: inhale as you arch and open up. Exhale through pursed lips as you round and curl in. Breathing. Researchers found that just 5 minutes of this increased disc height and hydration by 12% immediately after exercise. It effectively plumps up the cushions in your back, protecting you from spasms and pain. Now we stand up. Movement number 2 is where Western exercise usually gets it wrong. We are obsessed with moving in straight lines, walking forward, squatting down. But the hip is a ball and socket joint. It is designed to move in a circle. If you don't use that circular range, the capsule stiffens. This movement is koshi mawashi, or hip circles. A massive study from the University of Tsukuba followed 2,000 seniors for 7 years. The result? Those who did daily hip circles were 51% less likely to need hip replacement surgery. Let's do it together. Stand with feet wider than your shoulders. Keep your knees soft, don't lock them. Hands on hips. Imagine you are standing inside a large barrel and you want to scrape the edges of the barrel with your hips. Shift weight to the right, push the hips forward. Shift to the left, push the hips back. Connect the dots. Make it smooth, like you are slow motion hula hooping. Do 10 big circles one way, then 10 the other. The mind-muscle connection. As you do this, pay attention to your feet. Feel the weight transfer from your right heel to your right toes, to your left toes, to your left heel. This is proprioceptive training. You are teaching your brain exactly how to shift weight without losing balance. This is the secret to preventing falls when you're walking on uneven sidewalks or slippery floors. Advanced tip: hold a water bottle at chest height while you do this. It forces your core to engage to stabilize your upper body while your lower body moves. And now, the #1 movement, the one that shocked researchers. It is called Seiza Nuki, or Seiza transitions. It involves moving from a standing position down to the floor and back up again. I know what you were thinking. Get on the floor at my age? That sounds dangerous. But listen to this. A Brazilian study that made headlines worldwide proved that the ability to get down and up from the floor without using your hands is one of the single strongest predictors of how long you will live. People who could do this lived, on average, 6 years longer than those who couldn't. Here is the Japanese method and how to do it safely. The goal is to go from standing to a kneeling position and back up. Level 1, the beginner. Stand next to a sturdy chair. Hold the back of it. Step 1 foot back into a lunge. Slowly lower that knee to the ground. Bring the other knee down so you are kneeling. Pause. Breathe. Now step the first foot forward. Push through the heel. Stand up. Level 2, the goal. Do it without holding the chair. Your quadriceps have to control the descent, eccentric strength. Your glutes have to power you up, concentric strength. Your brain has to balance you the whole time. Japanese elders do this 5 to 10 times every morning. It builds functional independence. It means you can play with your grandkids on the rug. It means if you drop something, you can pick it up. It means you are not fragile. Research shows this single movement increases leg strength by 47%, comparable to heavy weight training, but with the added benefit of flexibility and balance. Ankle circles, shoulder squeezes, spinal waves, hip circles, and the Seiza transition. 5 movements, less than 20 minutes. You don't need to start with all of them. Start tomorrow morning with just the ankles and the shoulders. Do them while the coffee brews. Then next week, add the spinal waves. You are not just exercising. You are oiling your joints. You are reminding your nervous system how to balance. You are investing in a future where you are the 90-year-old still tending your garden, still climbing the stairs, and still living life on your own terms. So, I have a question for you. Which of these 5 movements surprised you the most? And which one are you going to try tomorrow morning? Let us know in the comments below. Tell us your age and where you're watching from. We read every single one. Here's to your health. See you in the next video.